What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Loaded Mag TV. In today's video, as you guys can see, we have the HOLOSUN PID. PID standing for Positive Identification Device, aka a flashlight. So this is HOLOSUN's first take on a weapon-mounted flashlight. They do make several versions of the PID. They have the ones with the integrated laser beam and also the high candela, which is just abbreviated with HC. This is just the standard PID, so it is either 500 or 1,000 lumens, and it is around 22,000 candela. I could be wrong, but we will look at that in just a moment. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. This is there you go. We have some specs right here. 1,000 lumens, like I said, 22,000 candela. This has a rechargeable 18350 lithium battery, which I don't think is removable, but we'll check that out. Magnetic charging port, ambi paddle switches, 7075 T6 aluminum housing, and a IP68 waterproof. So before we dive in, I do want to mention WERKZ. It's the holster company. It just released a very, very awesome in-depth video doing a durability test on the most common weapon-mounted flashlights out on the market right now, including HOLOSUN. I'm not going to spoil that video for you guys. I will leave a link down in the description below just to check that out because I think he did a phenomenal job with that. Not many YouTubers are doing that, and it definitely takes a lot of funds just to make a video like that. So again, I'm going to leave that link in the description. I highly suggest you guys check that out before making a decision on purchasing a weapon light, and we'll go from there. But not to spoil anything, like I said, but maybe this is a telling sign of what light did the best. First things first, we have the foam padding. It's really like any other HOLOSUN product, red dots or flashlights like that. We have this is the warranty card, I believe. Yep. It's got the QR code. And then we have the HOLOSUN user manual. I'm not going to go too deep into that. We have a microfiber cleaning cloth, which is always nice. And then we have the good stuff. We have the HOLOSUN PID itself. We have the magnetic charging cable. It is a proprietary charging cable. Some might find that unfortunate, but it is what it is. We have, looks like different mounting keys for different types of rails. Yeah, it looks like they're numbered, so I'm assuming 2 is already installed. It's probably just for standard Picatinny rails. 1 might be for Glocks or something like that. We have the HOLOSUN multi-tool. I believe this is a T10 Torx bit. And then we have just a flathead. And then the weapon light. It does seem to be very well built. That's interesting. So there is actually 2 number 1s. Maybe that was a mistake on their behalf, but I guess I'll check in the user manual and see what that's all about. But I'm hoping that is a universal Picatinny rail mount. So we'll go ahead and open this up. I'm sure there is some kind of plastic that is blocking the battery from making contact. Actually looking at the reviews on Amazon, which is where I purchased this. HOLOSUN did not send this to me, by the way, so I don't have any affiliate with them. But a lot of the reviews were showing that the flashlight was not even turning on. And I have a strong feeling that it probably is because of just user error and them not taking out that piece of plastic. So again, this is straight from USPS, dropping this off at my front doorstep. And we're going to see for ourselves if it turns on. And sure enough, it does. So yeah, I mean, it could be quality control. I'm not sure. There wasn't many reviews stating that was the case for them. But there was a couple, so who knows. So I am just going to look through this user manual just very briefly. I'll just open it up for you guys. If you want to pause it, maybe you guys have lost your user manual or something like that, or you bought one used and you want to take a look at it, feel free to pause it at any time. So after briefly looking at the user manual, it does show that it's supposed to have adapters 1, 2, and 3. Right out of the box, you could see that I got 2 1s, like I just showed you before. 1 being installed already. The second one, number 1 in the box, and then I had a number 3. So that's not very cool. It doesn't appear that this is used. Could have been one that has been shipped back. I'm not sure. It's very possible, but I've never had any kind of quality control issues with HOLOSUN. I might end up reaching out to them for that because that is kind of frustrating to get two of the same adapters when I'm supposed to get a third. So let me know in the comments down below if anybody else has experienced that. HOLOSUN is actually pretty good with their warranty services or customer service. I reached out to them not too long ago due to a torque screw stripping on me for a HOLOSUN SCS. And I reached out to them, and their warranty department reached right back within the same day, and I received the screws within a week. So I'm sure if I say that this has happened, they will help me out. All right, so after not even reading the user manual and just playing around with it, I figured out how to adjust from the 1000 lumens to 500 or vice versa. So you press the side paddle switch, which is metal, by the way. That is 1000 lumens. And then you hold down both, and then it'll switch down to 500 lumens. So you can see it is a pretty bright hotspot. Definitely gets hot while up close to your hand. You can feel the heat for sure. 22,000 candela is pretty decent for a handgun. It's not like you're reaching out to 100 yards or anything like that. Maybe you are, but if that's the case, then you can opt for the HC or the higher candela version. But the 22,000 candela seems to be just right for my purposes or my usage for this weapon light. And I will be showing you what I'm going to be installing this on. I'll show you that right now. So before we install the HOLOSUN PID, I do want to show you what's already on this firearm, which is the Springfield Prodigy 4.25-inch barrel. You guys can get an idea of what it would look like if you have this firearm. So I'm not going to show me installing it on camera just due to YouTube guidelines. So I'm going to remove this, install the PID, and we'll be right back. All right, so we have the HOLOSUN PID installed, and I think this looks awesome. You can see these serrations for the paddles actually match up pretty well with the slide serrations or the slide cuts on the Prodigy. So I think that looks awesome. I got the HOLOSUN to match up top, the 509T. It's a titanium enclosed red dot. This just looks awesome now. So one of my main questions, and a lot of questions I've been seeing on Reddit as well, is the compatibility of holsters for the HOLOSUN. So from my understanding, some people have been able to have their holsters work with the HOLOSUN PID that were made for the Streamlight TLR 1HL. I will test that out for you guys real quick with two different holsters, one specifically made for the Prodigy with the TLR 1HL, and then also a universal holster made for the TLR 1HL with any firearm. So we'll take a look at that real quick. All right, so real quick, we have the C&G holster. This is a custom-made holster specifically for the Prodigy and a Streamlight TLR 1HL. So I'm going to test the fitment out real quick. Hopefully it doesn't mar up or scratch this brand new PID, but we'll give it a test. Yeah, so it's not fitting. It's definitely not fitting right. There's something blocking it. It's kind of unfortunate. You can see it's not seating all the way. I mean, could I force it on there? Possibly, but then I'm definitely running the risk of scratching that aluminum finish. We will test out the Streamlight Universal holster. This is the Blackhawk Universal holster. You can see it says for Streamlight TLR 1 and TLR 2, the Omnivore. Let's give this a test real quick. It is locking in. There is retention, but you can see it is kind of loose. So the release does work. It does lock in. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be comfortable saying it works with the Streamlight TLR1 HL holsters. Could you make it work in a pinch? I guess so, but it definitely wobbles around a good amount. And I guess while we're here, we'll give a little test to see if you could tell how bright the lights are between the two. This is not a very good test. A better test would be in the middle of the night outside, but if you guys could see how bright the 1000 lumens is on here versus the 1000 lumens on here, you can see the Streamlight TLR has more of a yellow light, which is definitely what I'm seeing in person, and the PID is more of a white light, which I do like a lot more, but that's definitely just preference. But besides that, guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I will leave a link down in the description below for you guys to pick up the PID on Amazon. But besides that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one.